They're looking at the balance sheet, but even just on an EV basis, like you got last prezzo you had 35 mil cash and market cap of 126, so what, 90 mil EV, which is pretty for a couple of million ounces. I guess that 35 mil you got in the bank, and that 2026 sort of drilling campaign, I assume 50,000 metres, all in, a couple $100, $200-300 a metre. I assume you got plenty to sort of fund this year's drill and then going into next.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got plenty of money. We did announce about 30 million at the last quarterly. We are drilling, and that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing with the money. We are there to drill and to grow resources. Our discovery rate on the last resource estimation was something in the order of about $13 to $14 a resource ounce discovery cost, and I think anybody would say that's a pretty good number. We want to do the same again. We want to grow the resources again. We've got double the size of resource drilling to do this year, and we want to grow the resources significantly again. On an enterprise value over resource basis, we're extremely, I hate to use the word, we're extremely cheap. And, to put that in perspective, we're probably half of the EV that Astral are. And Astral have, they're sitting there quite nicely. They've got a good project. We feel we've got a better project, but I'm not quite sure why we're undervalued by probably 50% to what they're trading at. I get asked a lot of questions about why you're so undervalued, and I think it's probably broker support. And only now am I starting to grow the team, grow the company, and really be allowed to do my day job, which is really to go out and talk to people like you, Matt. And I can tell you there's a lot of excitement when I tell the story. This is one of these stories that's a growth story for the market. And now what we can do is we've got a following, but I think people are aligned with what we're doing in terms of growing resources for a start, because that's a pretty easy way that the market can understand what your true value is, and look to move the project closer to development. And that's exactly what we're doing. And I think those two things together are you need to do to increase the share price of a company like ours.